My dad used to make a joke. He's like, Ahmed, my son, he's so handsome, he became Indian.
Oh my god.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Half a Nice Day podcast with your host, Joshua.
And Janine.
And today, we are very delighted to bring someone who's flown half the country just for us, I would say.
Just for the podcast.
Just for y'all
just
too.
to record this. That's
Yeah.
how big we are getting. Actually,
I did nasty things just to get on
To
this
get
flight.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
it's always appreciated that you did all those things as well.
Things I do just so y'all could buy me burgers from Salt, and it means a lot.
And a lemonade, guys.
And lemonade.
And lemonade.
I just love the
And some
hospitality
cake.
here.
And cake.
Yeah, y'all
we
got me
you the
honey cake too.
And everything.
Cake as sweet as you guys.
Oh, thanks so much, man.
Do you want to tell his name
Yeah.
first?
Sorry.
No,
So
no.
he's actually here, guys, for the Dubai Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
First time in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
He also is the host of the Monday Fun Day podcast.
Yes, sir.
Right? Also a comedian, a sketch comedian, and an actor, I would say.
Yeah, I
Because
do
I did
acting.
see some credits on
You could see me.
IMDb.
Yeah, right now a web series called David Diamond Hands that's released on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram,
Wow,
all
okay.
over. You could catch me
Big
on
guy,
there. I
guys, got
play
big
Liam in the web series David Diamond Hands. And I thank y'all for telling me about this or reminding me, because now I need to download the footage from it so I could create my acting role. Anyways, we're going
Yeah.
off topic. My AD guys.
We're here as an assistant.
To
We're just reminding him
y'all's
stuff.
listeners, I have incredible ADD, so I'm gonna fucking.
I love it.
You're not alone.
I'm
You're not
like,
alone.
yeah. So the other day I was like, squirrel. Like, it's not.
Him. This is the story of my life. Now I have two people who I have
Yeah,
to
she's gonna manage us this whole
monitor.
time
That's
today.
fine. Yeah.
This
Feel free to
podcast.
do that. I am fresh off a desert trip. I went to the desert this morning. I had
Yeah.
so much fun.
You've seen some camels.
Yeah, we rode ATVs, and then we rode some camels. It was
Yeah.
nice. And then we did like off-roading.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of.
This is a classic Dubai.
Yeah, no,
tourist
very.
Wait,
Yeah,
I don't
very
even think I said
touristy.
your name yet. So we have Ahmed Al-Kadri.
Oh, my bad.
Ahmed Al-Kadri.
See, I'm telling you.
No, I just remember. I'm like, did I introduce his name? But
Yeah,
Ahmed
it's me.
Al-Kadri.
It's my fault.
Al-Kadri, right? Am I
Yes.
saying it right?
Yes.
Yeah. And
This is what I like about Dubai. Like, this is the only place where I don't have to explain.
Your name.
Everyone just says Ahmed Al-Kadri.
Yeah.
Like, usually in America, it's Ahmed Al-Kadri.
Yeah, it's always Ahmed,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Or like
yeah.
Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Do
yeah.
you correct them though?
It's funny is like I genuinely don't care because like growing up especially in Texas in the
Oh, yeah.
South where they don't give a fuck, where
Yeah.
it's just like, what's your name? Ahmed. What's that? And I'm like, just
Ahmed.
or Ahmed, and I'm like, just say Ahmed. Like, I'm like, it's not even like an identity thing. It's more like let's just get this
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
You know what I
I won't
mean?
speak
Like,
to you for the next 10 minutes.
let's just get this going.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's get it over with.
let's get it over. Just
Let's get to that. Like, how was it growing up in Texas?
Texas. I mean,
Yeah.
it was not. I mean, there's a big Islamic community
Okay.
there. I grew up in a big Arab community, but it was like that bubble of like being full with Arabs and everything. So yeah, growing up, you know, everyone called me Ahmed in that community, and then you
Yeah.
know, I went to an Islamic school too, Brighter Horizons Academy.
Okay. Yeah.
Bright Horizons.
Brighter Horizons
Yeah.
Academy sounds like a rehab center,
I
right?
was just gonna say it doesn't sound like
Yeah.
a school. It sounds like where you go to get checked. And
yeah.
Stay away from drugs and like,
yeah.
find a job.
It's like, oh
after
my
that.
god, he's addicted to math. You mean math? But yeah, so like I was, you know, grew up in the Islamic community. I will say this: the Islamic community in Dallas is a lot more religious than most communities around America, and more here too.
Is that
wow.
so?
Oh, dude! Like even my cousins who like lived in Yemen and Saudi, and they now live in Istanbul. They're literally like, dude, Dallas Zay Al Qaria. It's like village. They're so
wow.
religious. Yeah.
Wow.
Even comparing it to Saudi, nice.
They're not like
Yeah, yeah.
extremely, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
like in the Western world, seeing that, it's like, yeah, it's eye-opening.
Yeah, because there's a misconception where people think like, oh, the Muslims in America aren't that religious, and it's like, nah, dude, because there's some Muslims in America that put a lot of the Muslims here to shame. Like,
Right.
I'm talking about like religiously.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But those are Arab Muslims, right? Or do you see white Muslims as well?
You see Muslims all over. They're the most Muslims in America are black.
Oh yeah,
But people don't give them
yeah,
attention
yeah,
because, you know, they're trying to keep black voices down.
Right.
Not me, boy.
Yeah.
Trying to keep black voices up.
Yeah. So you grew up with so many different nationalities, I'm assuming. Yeah. So a mixture of Arab people.
Yeah, Arabs for sure.
Yeah.
We were the only Yemeni family.
Yes. So you're talking about this on our ride here.
There, while I was munching on those salt sliders.
Yeah, he's already Emirati at this point.
So you know, we're the only family.
So what's this podcast about?
You digs for the free meal, you guys.
And then there was a pause in between because then that's his munching.
Yeah.
And drinking. And then we're like, okay. We look back.
Listen, did I mention I was on a desert trip?
Yes, you did. So he's tired, guys. He was tired.
No, I'm happy to be here, and let's play some footsies just for the video, for the people watching the podcast.
Just seeing where this goes.
Yeah, dude, I like to
zoom into
get
this
real comfortable with my guests.
I love this footsies. So Texas, you grew up in Texas. Very
this lady over here
putting you both in your place.
Yeah. No, please do.
How did you move from growing up in Texas and then suddenly I want to be a comedian?
I've always wanted to be a comedian since I was a kid. My whole family is funny. My brothers, my sister, my dad, Allah yarhamu. My dad was so funny. My dad is he's very jokey, gift of gab, very charming.
Right, okay.
You know, that's why me and my brothers are all very extroverted, just like him. Because my dad is like, just growing up watching him, my dad will fucking talk to any stranger and make them feel good and make them feel good about themselves. So, like, my dad had that gift, and I think he passed it along to my brothers and I. Mm-hmm. And my mom, she's the funniest person in the world if you're sitting next to her. She's so funny. Like, what's so funny is, like, I have jokes about my parents, and it's not making fun of them whatsoever. I will never do that.
Yeah.
When I make jokes about, like, it's referencing my parents making fun of me or my parents, like, quoting or making them, like, uplifting them, I would never want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I love my parents, like, truly. And
I love that.
Again, we were the only Yemeni people, and my dad nickname was Abu Yemen because growing up, like, not only we were very funny and extroverted people, but, like, we were very hospitable. Like, not just Yemenis, but, like, people who just come, we would always just crash at our place who needed help, or, like,
everyone's welcome.
Yeah, and my dad was part of a lot of Muslim organizations and all that fun stuff. So, but we were always a fan of, like, in the beginning, growing up, we loved Charlie Chaplin, Mr. Bean. My mom loved I Love Lucy. We were big fans of those. I've always wanted to be like a comedic actor. And growing up, I was, trying to make my brothers laugh, but trying to make my friends laugh. My friends were funny too. Ali Akram, my best friends back in Dallas, I hit them up, we talk, and they're making me laugh so much of just spitballing.
Yeah. Like naturally funny people.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a comedic actor, and there's a difference between being a funny person and being a performer.
That's true.
100%
I was always funny, but all this training was just becoming a performer.
Right.
Which takes years to get good at, which I'm still trying to get.
It's structure, right? It's not just
structure.
I go on stage, talk to how I do with my friends. It's completely different. It's there's a science and everything.
Right. Brian Regan has, like, a really good quote about it with stand-up. Like, the way you and your friends are hanging out and talking, it's all punchlines.
Yeah.
Because you already know who you are. Y'all have history and stuff. The key to being a good stand-up is all premises. You need to set it up. You need to make sure, like, they know what you're about.
100%.
And the best way to do it is, like, within a few jokes up top of the set, so they get a better understanding of who you are.
Yeah.
Back to, growing up in Texas, like, we were funny. There was other there was, like, we were very, very small Yemeni community. Every Eid, it was, we would hang out it was like Beit Mahtouk, which was like, this Adeni families, like 2 older brothers. They had, wife and kids, family. We were friends with their kids. And they had their houses next to each other. So for every year, Eid, the men's house in one house, the women's house in the other.
Okay. And everyone just gathered.
It was all the Yemenis.
Family.
It was all the Yemenis in Dallas there. Yeah. And now the Yemeni community has grown a lot exponentially.
Okay.
Yeah. Was always wanted to be a comedian. And then when I was like, I was always part of that Arab Muslim community, not just Arabs, but it was also like Daisis. I was friends with everybody, Daisis, Afghanis, like pretty much even black Muslims, like everybody, Somalis, because a lot of, like, the Arabs or each race would stick to each other.
Yes.
But, like, me and my brothers, we were friends with everybody.
Okay.
And
that's good.
and the way of just making them laugh, which is why I'm very physical.
Right.
Okay.
When I'm on stage, because like
translated from there,
because it could break through barriers. You know,
Yes.
if I act a certain way or if I make a certain face, it can make everyone laugh.
Like what you mentioned, right? Like Charlie Chaplin, Mr. Bean.
Char-
These are like silent comedy. Like you don't even have to turn the audio on the TV,
Right.
but you understand like, oh, this guy's hilarious.
Right now, the number one TikToker is Colby Lamb, the skinny black dude that just does this.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Because it doesn't say a word.
Yes.
Because action comedy, it's universal.
Yes.
But he's just figuring out how to like approach it without language. He broke
Right.
that barrier.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do love stand up, and the fact that there are more English speakers just in the world, and because of the internet, people understand nuance and people understand
Some of the
even
street
stand up
slangs
too,
as
and
well,
street
yeah.
slangs and references and all that fun stuff.
Well, thanks to social media and the internet. And
Exactly.
everything,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, because of TikTok and Instagram, I was able to, like, one of my main things as a comedian, back to, again, growing up in Texas, was to try to, like, convey who I am in the funniest way possible.
Right.
So, like a lot of Arabs, or like I'm just speaking for Yemeni-Americans right now because that's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Yemeni-Americans or Arab Americans, we deal with this identity crisis. When you grow up in America,
Mm-hmm.
you're seen as an Arab. You're not seen as white. And I'm about to actually make a sketch about this when I get back because I just
Right.
finished writing the sketch, because like even on the census and the government, you're supposed to put white, which is so
Oh.
dumb. Yeah. When you're like
Okay.
signing up for like application stuff, it says white, European descent, Middle Eastern, and North African, which is bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
it's which is so dumb because essentially like Americans are like trying to like put you down. Like it's
Yeah.
like you're not.
segregate you even further.
You're even
right?
you're not even like you're not even seen as an Arab person in
Yeah.
America. You know,
Yeah.
there is no Arab, like you can't just put Arab or Middle Eastern ethnicity.
You're American. You're white American.
Right, but it's like white Americans don't even see you as I'm not white.
Yeah.
I'm fucking just as dark
Yeah, you
as
look
you.
more Indian than me, man.
For real, I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
do.
yeah.
My
I
dad,
was just gonna ask.
yeah,
you
my dad
to
used
get mistaken
yeah,
as
yeah.
Daisy.
I have
Yeah.
a joke about it.
Okay,
You know, I
okay.
say I look like the 7-Eleven, but I'm the 9/11. Brad. But my daddy used to make a joke. He's like, Ahmed, my son, he's so handsome, he became Indian.
Oh my god.
He's such a handsome Yemeni that I became, And I'm tall. Yemenis usually are kind of short, but I mean, most, it depends on what section. Hadramis are very short, but lots of Tazis, San'ani Yemenis are tall, but they don't really talk about that. We do have that stereotype of being short, but like, but we have this identity crisis in a sense where like in America, you're not seen as, you're not seen as an American. You don't feel like you're like, no, I'm Arab American, but there is not even on paper on the census you're not.
True.
And then you go back home in the Middle East and they go, this guy's not Arab. You're American.
Yeah.
So it's like you feel like, who am I?
Yeah,
as
like
person?
a stranger in both your lands, right? Yeah,
Right.
so-
Like one best piece of advice I got when it comes to just art or comedy is pick one audience member and just try to relate to that. So mine is 16-year-old Ahmed. And it's like, quit trying to be more Yemeni, trying to be more American, just be yourself.
beautiful.
Love
Yeah.
that.
So,
I love that. Yeah.
so just growing up after just being friends with everybody in the Muslim community. But then like when I was like 16, 17 years old, I started working at this shoe store it was like an all black, all Mexican shoe store. So I started hanging out with them, making them laugh. And then like, you know, they were like the black, I remember working with black people. They were teaching me about Juneteenth.
Right.
You've heard of it,
Yes.
which is funny because it's a national holiday,
Right,
Like
in America.
since Black Lives Matter in 2020. And in my head, I'm like, fuck, I've knew this for years.
Yeah.
I was like, people are now discovering about Juneteenth.
Yes.
And I was teaching them about Ramadan, like something like that. And I now have jokes. Like one of my best bits, I have a full 3-minute bit about Ramadan, and it all started from like explaining it to them in the best way possible and making it in the funniest way.
Right.
So from there, and then going to college, joining a fraternity and hanging out with just white people.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
okay.
I've just tried, so just being a friendly guy and just hanging out with
Like
everyone.
being in everyone's shoes really opened up that perspective. right?
Yeah,
Especially-
and then so by the time I got into stand-up, it's like I knew I was funny. I knew how to make people laugh. It's like, okay, how do I become a good performer? How do I become a good writer?
Yeah.
And this stuff that you learn over the years. I mean,
And you've learned through different cultural exchanges. So you had, your black and Mexicans from your job, your first job. You have your Arab upbringing, but
And
then
the white boys in
or
the
Muslim,
frat
like
Yes.
from
yeah.
Indians and stuff. So even like if you're Hindi, like Hindu Indian, sorry, like you still get it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because similar cultures and
Yes.
stuff.
and that's what makes comedy great, is when you can speak to your
Literally
audience.
everyone
Yeah,
from
when
all
you're trying to
walks of
like and try to make it personal and
Yes.
trying to make everybody laugh and everyone connect to it.
Right.
Even if you've never like met a Yemeni American, especially me, like no one, even Yemenis are fucking baffled. Like
Yeah.
ever
Yeah,
since
man,
I
you're like a unicorn in the
ever since I picked up on TikTok and stuff,
Yeah.
they go, "You sound so white." Like,
If you close your eyes and you just listen to the voice.
yeah, you would
Yeah.
picture a white
Yes.
person. I have that, I have that Southern Texas twang.
Yeah.
I have, my Arabic fucking sucks.
No, I would have to commend you on your Arabic. Like, you actually say that you pronounce it correctly. So good
Yeah,
on
but if
you.
I like
Yeah.
hold a conversation,
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. I'll speak Arabic with some. Yeah, I'll speak Arabic with someone.
Yeah.
Like okay, أنا أكلمك معك.
معك.
معك. Yeah, but straight,
معك, yeah.
it's like the grammar that I fuck up on.
Yeah, because it's difficult. You have your she, you have your
Yeah,
he.
she, he's,
You
or
don't
something
know how
like
to say,
that.
and they, like, it's just, you can't say just one word accordingly. You always
Right.
have to, like, change it.
Right,
up.
and
But, yeah.
and it's like, and even
Yeah.
like you have that flow too.
Yes.
Like
but
it's like
Arabic is
sometimes I'll
difficult.
have like a day where I'm like, damn, I'm killing it in Arabic, right? Like I'm fucking, and then sometimes like
You're
I'll
so
have a day-
insecure.
yeah, sometimes I'll get up and I'm like,
Even my English is messed up.
yeah,
What's
yeah,
going on? You're like,
even my Arabic fucking sucks. It's like, or my English, and I was
That's
like,
me. And I live here in
Yeah.
Dubai. So I have more people that I can speak my Arabic
you
language
speak,
to. Yeah.
okay, so you speak
Lebanese Arabic,
Okay, but how many?
Filipino, and English.
You speak Tagalog?
Yes, I do.
Mashallah.
Even more than.
she's gonna be president of the world, man. Like,
even
Alam
more
ko.
than.
she's gonna take over.
Alamko.
Did I say it right?
Yes, but you have to. You can't put like a W at the end. You have to say alamko.
Alamko.
Yes,
Okay,
there.
alamko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Alamko means I know.
Yes, yeah. He speaks Tagalog too, but then a little bit.
Yeah,
rough
people
on-
like say, "Oh, you're married to an Arab. Like, you should learn Arabic." I'm like, you know how hard it is to learn Arabic, especially when I'm 32. I'm like, I don't have that
Right.
capacity anymore.
I'm about to
It
turn
is
30.
difficult.
Like, I'm just trying to, like, refurbish the little Arabic I know. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you should have seen me when I was 18, 17. Oh,
Yeah.
my Arabic was great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because you were alongside a
But
lot
also,
of Arab people.
and also, like,
Yeah.
my Arabic is very shammy, too. When I would
Okay.
speak Arabic, it's
Yeah.
not even, like, in a Yemeni accent.
I was just gonna say.
like, I'd be like, yeah, gini, wait. Like, I don't even know how to, like,
Sounds
I
like
can.
Borat at this point.
yeah, right. yeah. Yeah. كل المرة أروح أجيب الأكل. Like
Oh.
that kind of like,
Yes.
like a very. I'm trying to figure out the Yemeni accent either, but like when I speak Arabic, it's fucking Palestini, Lebanese,
Yes.
like that kind of.
Right.
Because those are the people that you grew
up
with.
with, yeah.
So that you got that Levant, like Shami.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Arabic.
I might just throw a curveball and just learn Spanish. Fuck it.
You know what? You could pass as in Mexican as well.
Yeah, I did. My first international show was Mexico City.
Oh, nice.
It was a lot of expats there.
Yeah.
But the Mexicans who showed
Also
up
quite
there, they
close
understood.
to Los Angeles. Not too far.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
was not. It was
yeah.
like a 4-hour flight? No, 3-hour flight. But it was great.
Yeah.
Mexico City was dope. I want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot of cities I want to travel to.
Well,
Well, you already crossed off Dubai, so that's amazing.
I'm definitely coming back here. I like Istanbul and Dubai, and I don't know this, but Dubai really opened my eyes.
Yeah.
Thinking like, oh shit, like
yeah. There's a lot
there is
more
a
out
market
there.
I personally can just tap into.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's this Arab-American comedian. And Ali was like, dude, let alone you're a Yemeni-American comedian. There's not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's only
Yeah.
two. Other than me, there's two others. There's Ali Sultan and Mike Ishak. We're in
Yeah.
a group text. All the Yemeni comedians.
Do you just share like your jokes with one another?
No, not really
Yeah.
jokes. It's more
Yeah.
like, you know.
Just
I mean,
hyping each other up.
hyping
Yeah.
each other up, or like, alhamdulillah, like right now, like I have a pretty good, I was able to like build a following through TikTok and Instagram, and I'm always shouting out my friends like
Mm-hmm.
Ali and Mike. I'm always trying to shout them out. Me and Mike, we actually headlined back October of last year. We headlined Detroit together.
Wow. Mm.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first time I performed for so many Yemenis, and I think Tacoma, Washington, in June. Hopefully, there's a big Yemeni community there, so hopefully I'll be able to tap into that market.
I think that's a good thing in the States because there's so many states. Like it's almost like each state is a country. I mean, compared to like Dubai and Oman and Bahrain, USA is so big. And when you travel, like you can literally travel through states, you're still in the US, but then it's like a different country altogether, and you're really tour
Correct.
in the US.
Correct.
Like compared to...
Yeah, so it's like saying a world tour is basically like traveling the whole US, because that's considered like a massive world.
Yeah, it's a national tour.
Yeah.
You know?
And you get different type of audiences in each state.
Dude, for sure. Like, I mean, the LA crowds are way different than the Texas crowds or Charlotte, I did a show in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Different set than I did in Atlanta, Georgia, or okay, where am I next? Like I'm going to Tacoma, Washington next. After that, I'm doing New York, Philly.
Nice.
What was it? Austin and then Dallas.
Yeah.
And then after I'm done, I'm doing Europe in August. Doing Coke.
Wow.
Yeah, me and my friend Sammy Obeid. Have y'all heard of Sammy Obeid?
No, I can't.
He's very funny. Very funny. He and I did a lot of stand-up. We do shows together.
Yeah.
And we're co-headlining in Copenhagen, and Amsterdam. And we're working on London. We have like a big theater or like a big venue set up for London.
Yeah.
Man, you'll kill in London, because we just came back from London last month, and it's only like Arabs and Desi people.
Yeah. Sammy
future.
called me. He was like, what do you think your polls in London? I was like, I could fuck up London. Because I have a lot of people hitting me up about, and I'm working on Toronto.
Okay,
nice.
Awesome.
So a full world tour.
Yeah.
Congrats, man. That's amazing.
Thank you. I'm not I'm not the biggest name, so I'm not making like a ton of money. Some people think I'm like making all this money. I'm like, no.
Look at him going on a world tour.
Yeah. No. It's like I was an accountant before this, so I'm really good at like, you know, cutting my expenses budgeting and not spending as much. I mean, it does help that I'm in a country where everyone literally pays for everything. Yeah. Because at one point I was like, no, please let me pay. And then I'm like, nah.
I don't even have my wallet, but I'm just going to just dance.
Guys, no, I will say everyone here, like, even when I wanted to pay, like Abs literally took my card from my hand and put it in his pocket. And I felt bad because I was like, when he was in LA, he wouldn't. Whatever. I don't. I'm getting upset. I was like, "Hey, man, let me pay." Like, I was like,
one of the
he's like, "No, you are my guest. You are my guest." Like, dude, Arabs, bro. my boy, Ahmed, he's Palestinian. I know him from Dallas. And he goes, "Bro, my boy Ahmed in the Big Dubai, man. I'm so happy you're here." And literally, he took me to his favorite Indian restaurant. He said, "You want Indian food, bro? This Indian restaurant was fire." It was at Al-Bashar. Like that.
Barsha.
Al-Barsha.
Yes.
Al-Barsha.
Yes, Barsha. Yeah.
Oh, Al-Barsha. Yeah. And amazing Indian food. Before, once the tab comes, I literally pull out my wallet. He goes, he doesn't even look. He just saw from the corner of his eye me pulling out my wallet. He goes, "Shut the fuck up." Because I go, "Hey, man." He goes, "Shut the fuck up."
That's how you're making your money here, right? Because you're not spending anything.
And that's Dubai hospitality as well.
Right. It's beautiful. Yeah. And I'm budgeting well. And when I'm back in LA, like I make my money.
Expensive.
LA's very expensive.
How are you dealing with that?
I still have like a couple like side gigs if I need to pick up.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, I'm at the point where like if I need it, if I don't need it right now as much as I used to when I first quit my job.
Yeah.
But I still try to pick it up because I actually truly enjoy them. So I have two different side gigs. One is I do tour guides. I give bike tour guides around LA.
Nice.
And when I get back, they call me. They go, "Hey, we need your help." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll pick up a couple shifts because I'm really good at it."
Yeah.
Again, gift
so
of gab, very charming. Yeah, no, I could give you guys a great bike tour. And
we're actually going to LA in October.
And essentially, to me, it's comedy. Like, I mean,
right,
I'm basically performing. It's like my own little set.
Yes.
It's pretty
it's like
great.
your open mic, right?
I swear to God, like one time, like I was doing a 10-person tour, and one of the bikes broke. Like the chain legit broke, so we had to wait for another, bike to come from the shop. And while then we had like 10 minutes and I was literally just telling them all just jokes.
You're testing it out.
I was just like making them laugh, making them jokes. Yeah. My other job, it's not really, it's like, it's you don't really get, it's not that much money to be honest, but I love it. I teach improv comedy at rehab centers.
Wow.
So basically, California is like, especially LA, there's so many rehab centers in California.
Yeah, that's the bright horizon for you, right?
Yeah, that's the bright horizons. And I love I mean, before stand-up, I was an improv comedian, and I like teaching improv, especially with addicts. Like, these are people from adults recovering from addiction, or teenagers recovering from addiction, or or a center of teenagers who are suicidal,
Right.
or teenagers. And now I live in California. That's how I was able to get better at, like, with Gen Z about pronouns. So I'll have like I'll be in facilities with all these transgendered kids, and that's when I'm like starting to figure out like this whole pronoun situation. And all this. And I was like learning what the kids are all about.
Yeah, the whole Gen Z is it's a little bit difficult to navigate.
Yeah, it's very, but because they're teenagers and I've been able to make them laugh.
Yeah.
In a way, in a very like, not obviously not making fun of their identity, so but in a very safe way. I'm like, there's an audience there's a comedian for everybody. If I could just figure out, there's a joke for everyone, and if I could just make the perfect joke or whatever.
Yeah, just know your audience, right?
Just know my audience. Yeah, read the room.
And then learn how to navigate accordingly.
So I get those 2 side gigs
that must be fulfilling though.
Very fulfilling. And they're still essentially like a branch of being a comedian, of being a full-time comedian.
Right.
Makes that money as soon as, like, okay, now we're getting financial. Now we're getting finance, but as soon as I'm like, when I get a check from gigs or whatever, I always take 10 to 20% straight to my savings.
Okay.
Oh, that's
so
great.
people save after they spend. No, start spending after you finish saving.
Yes.
Throw your money 10 to 20% in savings, pay off your debt, keep your debt low. Especially in America. I could see this in Dubai of people, getting into high credit card amounts so they could look flashy in front of a girl that doesn't even like them. But I swear
getting a car.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, dude. I drive a Prius and I love it, but it's like
Josh has a Prius.
I love my fucking Prius. Oh my, it runs on estrogen. It's great. It's so good.
I love it.
Always mistake to be an Uber driver and everything.
I don't give a fuck.
The mileage on that?
Oh
not
my
compare.
God, it's amazing.
Sometimes I even ask him like, why are you driving so slow? He's like, I'm saving up.
I'm always on that bar, like the same.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Because at the end of this, when you
that's very Indian of you. You could splurge a mile or two of gas.
Right? Like when you switch off the car, you'll get the score out of 100. I don't know if it'll give you a score.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I did well today.
That was good.
It's such a oh man, I get 98%. Fuck.
Let me put this in my Prius journal. Today, recording every day.
Yeah. So when I get a check, I get like a paycheck. I get 10 to 20%. If I try to keep my credit card debts low.
Good.
And then like I have 2 credit cards for booking flights or like comedic travel expenses.
Yes.
I booked those
you get
flights
the points
because I'm getting Delta Sky Miles points.
Yes.
I could. Yes. We're getting real financially.
Is he a comedian or a financial advisor?
I was an accountant before this.
You have
so
to
like
do a TikTok on this.
Yeah. So like I have a Delta Sky Miles card, and I signed up for that card, and I only use that card for booking flights. And if I can't book a flight through Delta, I would book it. I have my Chase Sapphire card. So and what's cool about the Chase Sapphire Preferred is there is no foreign transaction fees. So right now I'm in Dubai, I'm always using that card.
Got it.
That's my main card.
So there's no extra fees because you're outside of the country.
Right. And what's cool about this festival gig, they paid for my flight and paid for my hotel. Boom. That's like the main expenses already taken care of.
Yeah.
So everything else, like
everyone tries to take you out and treats you.
Yeah,
so
treats you.
nice.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help that I'm literally like, I need to buy some gifts for my friends. But it's like, for example, my friend Xavier,
you got him a shot glass.
Yeah, I try to get him a shot glass, or or another friend likes refrigerator magnets, like whatever, like just small little gifts here and there,
like souvenirs here and there.
Yeah. So I try my best to keep expenses low, and when I'm in LA, I try to save money. And
do you cook your own food?
Huh?
Do you cook your own food?
So okay, here's another thing. Back to like saving money. When I first quit my job, according to my income, it was low. So it was zero. I mean, essentially, I have zero income. So I immediately applied to California for EBT, like food, and I was getting like $250 from the state of California for like just grocery money.
Yeah.
So I was just using that for food and stuff like that. And I try my best to like cook, and I just eat at home.
What made you want to quit being an accountant? Because I can understand like a lot of comedians are struggling in that essence in terms of some income. And if you had a good job, like as being an accountant, I would say good job. I'm assuming. So did you have like something in mind where you're like, you know what, I want to really pursue this stand-up comedy full time, or were you like, I have a certain amount in my bank right now, which I'm safe on for like 6 months, and I really want to push
It's
everything.
good to have 6 months of savings in your account. Always have 6 months of savings. When I say 6 months, as in like, if I quit my job, if I were not to make any money right now, would I be able to pay from my rent and my monthly expenses for the next 3 to 6 months? You know, they say, actually, I don't want to say, I'm gonna say 4 to 6 months. Just try to save. Like, let's say your monthly expenses is like, let's say it's like, $3,000. Okay, let's say 3,000. I was gonna, for me, $2,000, but you know, like, let's say $3,000. So you want to have at least 1,500. That's for 5 months. I'm saying 4 to 6 months, 5 months. So at least 15,000. Sorry, wow, 1,500. $15,000 in your account. You know, and that's if you were just spending legit $3,000, which is a high bar.
And for sure that 3,000, you can cut that down even further.
And you could, for sure. Like you know, when Ryan moved out, I moved to a new apartment.
Okay, so now you're not together anymore.
No, he moved to St. Louis, but we were paying like $1,560 in Sherman Oaks. We had a nicer apartment, but now I live in a new apartment where I pay only $1,000 a month.
Nice.
In LA.
By yourself?
No, I have a roommate.
Yeah.
But
in LA, wow.
In LA, which is fucking great, and it's the landlord's really cool.
Yeah.
I just pay him through Zelle, and it's only $1,000.
Yeah.
I'm never home. I'm traveling. I just told you all these things that I'm doing. So it's like, really just sit down. Remember, you're a business, and this is just getting into semantics of like pursuing my dreams. Like, there's going to be some months where you're making great money. Like right now, alhamdulillah, I'm having a good month. Not just the festival and the previous shows I did before the festival and the shows that I'm booked after. I'll make some money here. And I did an ad deal with like with Sony, so like they'll make money. But the big chunk of change that I'm getting from them is I'm reinvesting it in myself. I'm buying a newer camera. I'm getting that Sony A7. So when I post clips of stand-up, it's a better quality.
Yeah.
That's another thing. It's like you're
reinvesting that money
in
into yourself.
Mr. Beast, y'all have heard of Mr. Beast. That guy, he's 21, 22, and I'm fucking learning from this kid.
Yeah.
Like this guy, why he's the biggest YouTuber is because every time he made money, he reinvested it back in that video.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this shirt I have, if you've seen me throughout the week, I legit will have the same shirt but different colors. I have this in light blue, blue.
I think red you have as well.
Yeah, red, right, red, white. I didn't pack that one. Gray, like the same shirt. I like it. It's soft. It's nice. It's athleisure. It works. It's comfortable.
Get it in different colors.
These pants, these jeans. Someone sent it to me. Like a brand deal, whatever.
Yeah.
So they just sent, sometimes I get like free clothes. This right here was a gift.
Yeah.
Socks. Like a fan gave it to me.
Like that's how you do life. Yeah.
I keep my expenses low. I'm not the type. I have a Prius. I'm not like a flashy guy.
Yeah.
Which is why when I was in Dubai, I was like, this is gross.
You don't have to be, but I can say like living in LA and us in Dubai, it must be a little tough to try and not hop on that train of everyone.
The flashiness, the clothes, everything.
Everyone around you.
I get it too. Like I feel you. Fortunately, when I was in Istanbul, like I got it at the time where, you know, inflation for them was high. I mean, financially, currency wise was great. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to splurge a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
what did you get?
Well, I got a hair transplant and LASIK. That's one. Yeah. But I also, you know, I got like a nice coat, like a couple coats, leather jackets.
Yeah. Turkey is definitely a shopping destination. So.
Amazing. Yeah. Turkey is amazing. And it's just like Dubai, dude, Turkish people, Istanbul, Turkish people are so hospitable. Yeah. You know, very sweet, very kind. Other than the taxi drivers over there, the sweetest people you'll ever meet in your entire life.
I've never been to Turkey.
And the crowds and Turkish crowds, like, I mean, I did 3 shows over there and they were great. They were just down to clown.
All on that same trip, 3 shows.
Yeah, I did like 3. I was just going to do 1 show, but then I surprisingly sold out the first show. I did it just from TikTok and Instagram.
I love it.
And then people were like, what the fuck? You're in
Yeah.
Turkey. And then I posted clips about it and they go, wait, when are you coming back?
Yeah.
So I'll be back, inshallah, I'll be back in Istanbul for sure.
You have to.
But yeah, like, I mean, there are people who say like, I get the fucking struggle of like, you know, making the jump and go full time. Because on one hand, it's like, I need to, what's it called? You know, because like in order for me to get better, I had to let go of my 40-hour-a-week job.
Yeah. Which was eating the time that you could have reinvested in yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. However, you gotta fucking struggle. Like, I'm paying $1,000 a month. I'm keeping my expenses as low as possible.
Yeah.
Again, some months I make a good money. Who knows? Next month I have June. I have like a couple shows. Let's say like a 2-3 show. Yeah. So I have Tacoma. Yeah. So June 15th. June 4th. Yeah. 15th I have Tacoma, and then 21st I'm doing Irvine. And who knows? Inshallah, I sell a lot of tickets, I make a lot of money. Inshallah.
Yeah.
But let's say I don't, which happens. Chicago, I didn't make that much money as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
It was May. It was in early May.
Right.
It was getting warmer. It was May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. People are drinking.
Yeah.
People would rather go out and all the comedy clubs they were like, it's our slow season.
Yeah.
Seasonal, right? This whole.
I mean,
game,
listen, again, we're stand-up comedians. We're going up against like
so many people.
So many things, you know.
Entertainment, clubs.
One of my best friends, Morgan J, when I was like pretty bummed out about Chicago sales, Morgan's like, dude, like I sold out Zanies in Chicago and then they wanted me to do Nashville.
Yeah.
But he goes, I'm booked for Nashville. Well, I have one night in Nashville, but this is the same night Taylor Swift is performing. Oh. And this is her hometown. In Nashville. She's from Nashville. Right? Yeah. That's her hometown. He was like, this is just part of the game.
Yes. Yeah. That's why you just have to keep going.
Yeah, I'm listening.
To keep going.
Were you already on an upward trajectory when you quit your job, or you were like, I haven't been seeing the results that I wanted, so I'm going to quit my job and focus on comedy?
No, honestly, like you'll know. To be honest, guys, like this is to both of you. One day, who knows? One day your podcast picks up.
Yeah.
You start getting advertisements. Everyone wants a piece of Have a Nice Day podcast, and now the demands are high, but the money is higher. And then you're getting better at being like, no, we want this much money. Right. We want that much money.
Right.
Where are you in that chair where you can make your own demands?
You make your own demands, and you know how to negotiate better. Yeah. There's so many aspects of just like going full time. So it's like, are you funny enough and good enough to do it? But also it's like, are you financially stable enough? Which is a big deal. Like when I first quit my job, I was making money through Instagram Reels. But then now I'm making no money from Instagram Reels, which they fucked all of us over. But like in the beginning, I was making like a little over $1,000.
Oh, wow.
On Instagram Reels and TikTok Reels. Like I was making some money. TikTok, you make no money.
Yeah.
But you're making some money. And then all of a sudden you're making from this much to like $200, $300, $400. Not that much. Wow. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Really cut that down.
Yeah. And now you're like figuring out, what do I got to do?
Have you ever thought of like YouTube? Maybe.
I'm trying to monetize on YouTube. It's a struggle, but but that's another thing. That's like a fucking full-time job. But that's why I'm doing Monday Fun Day. I'm trying to pick up that podcast.
Yes.
I have amazing people who are helping me. You know what I mean?
And surrounding you.
Yeah. And it takes a village.
Yes.
It does. Anyways, sorry for talking so much.
No, I love hearing this, man, because seriously, like the Dubai comedy scene is growing and I love it. But we don't have the problems like how American comedians or even American open micers to that extent. I'm not saying that you are an open micer.
No, I'll be in an open. Hey, birdie. I'll be in sorry, the bird just like gone on top. But
it's your squirrel.
Yeah. I know, right? Goddamn ADD. Sorry. But I agree. I'm not an open micer, but I still go to open mics. I want to do stand-up every fucking night, because you were like, oh, I'm doing stand-up like 3 nights a week, and in my head I'm like, bro, you gotta go 8 times a week.
Man, but it's like supply and demand, right? So there's not many mics there. Then he also suggested about producing,
but producing is a pain in the ass
ball game in itself. Like I have a full-time job, we have a dog, I'm not saying it's like any like a child or anything.
That's something. Okay, that's something surprising. I know y'all just got married. Congratulations. That's something that surprised me about Dubai too. There's a couple of things about this city. Like one, like I expected it, and it proved my expectations, which was like I already knew that Emirates was number one, and then it's white people, and then it's fucking all three of us.
Yes, exactly. This is
literally all three of us. Filipino.
That's why we're having a meeting in this apartment. We're just talking.
We gotta do something.
Take over.
We gotta do something. Like that's why like I was making jokes when I brought Ryan with me. I'm like, I'm fucking wielding you like a broadsword, dude. Like there's straight up where people would be like, it was interesting. Like it was very
the dynamics, right? How they treat it.
Because even in customs, me and Ryan. I was like, come with me. They didn't ask where I was from. They didn't ask about my nationality. I just gave them my American passport. Ryan gave his, and then they just let us through. They didn't ask if I was Yemeni or anything like that. Then when I got here, everyone asked me like, did they ask? And I was like, no. And they're like, why? That's so weird. And I was like, I had a white guy with me. I had my emotional support animal.
Your golden retriever.
You just see Ryan like this. But
I love it.
But like, what was I gonna say? So I expected that. That proved my point. I expected the flashiness, and then that exceeded my expectation. I was like, damn, that's like
Ferraris everywhere.
Bugattis it's like all I could think of, again, as an accountant, financial guy, all I could think of is credit card debt. That's all I could think of.
I have no idea how much
people
Dubai or how many people we know personally as well struggle with that. If you go back to the airport now, but you won't be going to this way, but there's a long-term parking there, and just see the cars that are just lying there. Bugattis, Corvettes, all these high-end cars just gathering dust at the airport parking lot because people go crazy on their cards, realize, oh crap, I cannot pay this back, abandon my car at the airport, and leave the first flight back to their home country.
Really?
Yeah, it's so crazy.
You see a lot of these fancy cars
and for us, it doesn't faze us anymore. Like we are out with our family who comes to Dubai on vacation. Corvette comes, and everyone stops and stares on their phone, and like Jenny and I was like, okay, another day another day in the neighborhood.
Same here. Like I listen, I live in LA. I've seen same thing in LA.
Rodeo Drive.
Rodeo Drive.
Exactly. Like I alhamdulillah, like I haven't really like got caught up, you know what I mean? With the whole flashiness. I do like clothes. Like I like comfortability and stuff. Honestly, I think stand-up comedy saved me because I used to like wearing not flashy, but like expensive, like designer stuff,
luxury stuff.
Yeah, like I want like this type of, you know what I mean? Like I want this blazer that's worth more than my car. But because I do, we're stand-up comedians, and I want to. Last night I was wearing a shirt from H&M.
Like you want to appeal to the crowd, right?
I'm dressed fashionably poor. I'm not trying to dress better than the average person. And I don't even wear like brand names or anything. I'm not trying to have essential or like what was
Fear of God. Essentials.
Or
white.
Or like I'm gay or whatever the fucking.
Like what is this guy talking about? I'm just looking at his shirt for the last 5 minutes.
Right. Like no brands, no nothing. Just like a blank t-shirt because like I want you to focus on the performance.
That's one of the first things that I learned in comedy. Like don't go up on stage with like a rainbow colored shirt, shorts, slippers. Like wear something an everyday
short slippers.
Everyday, what you would wear every day, and it won't distract the people from what you have to say.
Basics.
And at least in America, over here they dress up a lot. Like they're all dolling up, but. Yes. Especially the girls here. Oh my God. It's
just go out for a night and you'll see how many girls are dressed up to the nines.
Like 10
all
out
of
10.
the branded items.
Right. And to me, like I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm like there's a lot of genuine cool girls here too. That's like the one I want to talk to because like I'm a weirdo. Like I can't. This is the same in America. It's like I know exactly the Instagram model girls. Like. I know this sounds mean, but I'm like, you're basically walking around with a price tag on your chest. Like, you know what I mean?
Man, and at the end of the day, we have to pay that price, right? Like, if, like, okay, can you buy me this?
I think, no, yeah, but that's only financially. But who's paying the price mentally and physically? these poor women.
So true.
Just being slave to societal standards of the patriarchy that we have created. I get all woke.
Look, that's true.
And that Prophet Muhammad said before he died, he said, and he even said this too, Prophet Muhammad, he said, take care of your women, take care of your women, take care of your women.
Yeah.
And we haven't been doing that. But anyways.
Yeah, you guys have put us into, a level that sometimes is so difficult to achieve, and we still have to, go through it just to please the men.
Right. I mean, listen.
Show off everything.
Again, it's also, listen, even me, like, I don't want a flashy girl with all, like, Instagram model, but you kind of want a girl that actually
tries for your ego.
Well, not even, like, just tries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Looks nice. When you go out, you'll be happy to be with that person.
Right.
And same for
like
women and men.
But that's also, like, take care. But again, back to the men. It's like, but also, if I want that, I have to hold myself to that standard. That's why Gym Daddy Ahmed be hitting the gym. I'll be taking these swole dudes to church, bro. Bro, if I flex right now, I'll break that laptop.
I saw that story this morning. Like, Gym Daddy.
It's like it's a literally just, what was it? A persona I just do. I'm a comedian. Like, I'm just like, literally I just post. I go, hello, it's me, Prince Ahmed. I have me and my wife. Like, I'm being silly, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at that. Like, sometimes, like, I'll have dumb comments where I'm like, you don't get comedy. Like, you're like, it's like, which I'm getting better at that.
Comedy it's tough because
it's subjective.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
But there are some underlying, like, truths to comedy. Like, you need to have these certain things. I can't just go on stage and start running around and throwing water at people and then start laughing and stuff. Of course, there's, like, some things that you need to have in order to even call yourself a comedian.
I think comedians are intelligent people because you guys are able to convey a message, whatever that message is, in your own way. And people will still get it.
Right.
And it's a nice, and I said this in the previous podcast, episode, it's a medium for comedians to also talk about the hard-hitting subjects from time to time.
How do you soften?
Try not to. I don't know. It depends. Yeah, you can. I feel like, I mean, I'm just trying to be funny. I mean, I feel like I accidentally conveyed a message.
Right.
As weird as that sounds, they're like, oh, you're appealing to these people. You make them, some people, it depends on your fans. They come up to you, they go, you make me feel this way, or you make me feel that way. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm just trying to make, to me, like, growing up, I got into comedy like you. Like, I'm just trying to be funny, I'm just trying to make people laugh. Because, for my own, like, selfish needs, I love that validation. There is nothing better.
You always want to be the funniest guy in the room, right?
There's nothing better than post-show compliments.
Yeah.
When you finish a show and then, like, people go, you were hilarious.
Yeah.
You were very funny.
So well.
Do you have Instagram? They're like, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, here's my sticker. Ahmed loves bread. Let me kiss your forehead. Like, I sell t-shirts. It's like, I'm trying, but I'll suck your dick, please.
Just follow me.
Please.
Just follow me.
My rent's only $1,000 a month, and I didn't sell that many tickets in Chicago.
And I only have 5 months to go that I've saved up for.
I think that's all I have.
Right now, more like 2 months, but
yeah, exactly.
Listen, like, right now, like, again, with the Sony money, I could put in my savings or invest in new camera equipment, and I think in the long run it will be worth it. Again,
you gotta spend money to make money, right? That's what
exactly. Reinvest in yourself. And I'm not a flashy guy, or at least I try not to be. Just trying to keep your expenses low and work hard.
Yeah.
And this is like, this is not a race. This is a marathon. I'm not like, I'm getting better at these are just struggles, just personally. Like, I'm getting better at not comparing myself to other people, and I'm getting better at not getting too caught up with comments on social media.
So do you read your comments still or no?
I read. I'll make a post, and then I'll read after the first hour. I'll like respond to everyone's comments, and then usually every post I'll post my tour dates. And then lately, I'll check those previous posts just to see how they're doing, like how many likes, how many views, whatever. Just to, like, get those analytics in.
You and your numbers. I love numbers.
Put in my Excel sheet, my Microsoft Excel. Oh, what gets measured gets managed.
The graphs.
Oh God, I'm gonna make a pivot table about this. Oh God.
It sounds
so
like
I'll look
a copper daisy to me.
Right, I probably am Indian, but I would look at the comment that I posted about my tour dates, and I'll get replies of just like people. I'm not trying to be mean, but some people just can't use their context clues. Just like, I literally will be like, you know, like okay, yesterday we posted. I'm like, oh, these are my next tour dates.
Okay.
And it was just my Hollywood my American tour. And she goes, wow, you're going all these cities, but you're not doing any shows in Dubai. And I'm like, we've been promoting this. Like, you could literally just look at my story.
Yeah.
And literally just use your context clues.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's how social media works, right? Like, you see one post and then people just assume and just comment.
They just comment. But all you had to do, dude, is literally just hit my profile, hit the link in my profile, boom.
And look at other posts. It's all there. Yeah.
Paramount Midtown Hotel. Well, to be fair, can you believe a Middle Eastern comedy festival isn't the best organized? I'm just kidding. Well, just our show particularly hasn't been like the best advertised with like ticket link, which is fine.
Right.
You know, Ryan and I, we posted on our story, we responded to people on our comments and stuff.
So you got some people from your own platform.
Every comedy festival though, there's going to be A-list comedians coming, which 90% of the people want to see, and then everything else gets divided among the B and C.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Comedians,
and again, this is my first time. Listen, in the end, I got a free hotel and stay here. This is vacation.
It's
I rode a camel.
Ask for more, right?
I rode a camel, and I'm talking to you guys. Like, I'm alhamdulillah.
Had salt burger.
We had salt, for free.
No, thank you for your time. And I just wanted to just go back a little bit to Ryan, because we were talking and
Ryan.
Ryan.
1, 2, 3.
I felt so bad, like I didn't include him in my first initial.
Oh, you're fine. He's
outreach.
right now. He's exhausted. Okay, we're gonna take a deep breath and say Ryan. Ready?
Ryan. Shout out to Ryan.
Yeah, he was gonna come, but the sun killed his pale ass, and
I can imagine he's so red. He must be so red right now.
Yeah,
Dubai sun really doesn't go well with
it really beat him a lot.
Skin.
So I think he's probably taking a nap right now or something like that.
Josh and I were talking, and I'm like, Ahmed looks very familiar to me, and I'm like, where have I seen him? Where have I seen him? And then I was going through your Instagram, and I'm like, that's it. It was the TikTok of Ryan helping you out
with Sahur.
Yeah. And that blew up so much on TikTok.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, almost everyone was very enamored by your friendship.
Yeah.
Like, both of you.
It wasn't but we've been having this friendship for like 2.5 years through our whole roommate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our lives. People now like rediscovered us, huh?
Was he a comic when you met him, or?
So he and I met, I'm at Flappers Comedy Club. He was an open mic. He was the host of that open mic. It was Monday nights. It was like late 2018, September of 2018. And he and I, we always just liked each other's comedy, but we liked each other's energy because we were both improvisers that got into stand-up.
Okay.
And we're, very silly. And then he challenged me for roast battle April of 2019. That like solidified our friendship because, we roasted, did a bunch of roast jokes against each other. I won. And, but anyways, like but we ended up, it's so funny because we were still friends. He was living in Hollywood. He moved to Anaheim, where Disneyland is.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was doing, work. He was working at Disney, and I'm still doing my thing, right? And this is 2019, before the pandemic, dude. I had a crazy life. Like I had no life, like barely any. So the only social life I had was other comedians.
Bad. I thought crazy.
Oh, I was just working my ass off. I woke up at like 7 a.m. I would work out at the gym, and then I was working as an accountant, but I wasn't getting paid that much.
You're doing the whole 9 to 5.
Yeah, I was doing that 9 to 5, but then it was pre-pandemic, so I was commuting, and this is LA traffic, which is horrible. I'm going from like the Valley to Marina Del Rey. This is like one segment for like 3-4 months of my life. Marina Del Rey to the Valley to Marina Del Rey. So I was like driving a lot.
Ouch, yeah.
I wouldn't even go home. I would cut through traffic after 5 p.m. I'm going through rush hour traffic to Ground Lakes, take a little nap in my car to like, you know, an improv class at Ground Lakes, like character classes, whatever. And then I would do open mics. I was doing 10 to 14 open mics a week.
Wow.
Like 10 to
still having your 9 to 5.
Yeah, and then my mom had surgery at one point that time of the year, so I was doing Postmates late at night just to make some money and send it to mama.
So you weren't sleeping?
Barely. And
yeah.
But listen, I have this like Yemeni like
That's
work ethic. I have that.
You, yeah.
Well, I knew like I know Footsie was him, not you.
Footsie break guy.
Astaghfirullah.
Only boys, only Footsies with other men.
Yeah, why are you joining it?
Yeah, this is for OnlyFans.
Not to only. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is on our Patreon, like the full version.
But for the most part, like I worked my fucking ass off. Anyways, so pandemic hit.
Yeah, that was a bit tough.
And I remember I was always following Ryan on Instagram, and we kept in touch. And I remember like right before the pandemic or like during the pandemic, I like was catching up with Ryan, and I was just like, he's like, hey, how you been? Nothing much. And I was like, hey, by the way, how do you have 40,000 Instagram followers? And he was like, oh, I've been on this app called TikTok. And I was like, oh yeah. He told me about TikTok, and I was still like, I'm 26. I'm not going to do TikTok. Like, I straight up, like, I was like, not
it's a teenage girl thing.
Yeah.
It was still like music, but he gone on it very early.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
November of 2020, I posted on it on my story. I was like looking for a new roommate. He was moving back because pandemic hit. He went from Disneyland back to his parents in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And
Disneyland closed.
Yeah, Disney closed. Yeah. He was already like, bro, he was applying for jobs at an Amazon warehouse. Like, it was getting pretty bad. But fortunately, TikTok picked up. Therefore, his Twitch streaming picked up. And he started alhamdulillah, he started making some money there.
Mm-hmm.
Moves back to LA. And then when he moves in with me, he was like, hey, you want to start doing TikToks? I was like, all right,
whatever. Yeah.
Like at the time.
Yeah.
And no, but I like he was at that point 2.7 million TikTok followers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, mashallah.
Yeah.
And but within that time, like again, back to my what we were talking about early in the podcast, where everything happens for a reason. So it goes from my white friend. And my comedy is I want to make this 16-year-old Ahmed laugh. So I was like, oh, let me make this joke where I told Ryan, and I'm sure you've seen this video because we reposted it, but it was our first viral video. I'm going, oh, when you're in a rush, but prayer first. So I need to run, and then Ryan's like, you forgot to pray. I'm like, oh, Northeast. I'm like, oh, God. And I'm like praying super fast. Yeah, like, that's not how you pray. And I'm like, shut up. To me, I thought it was funny. I was like, it'd be funny if this white guy is telling me his Muslim roommate to go pray.
Yes.
Again, back to conveying a message. I just thought it was funny.
Right.
It blew up because it's like everyone's like, you know what you're doing is insane. You're creating this like inter-religious relations or intercultural relations. Mm-hmm. I just fell into it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to make people laugh. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
And then earlier this year, we did the Arab roommate series. Yeah. Because I was like, hey, Ryan, it wouldn't be funny, because you've been living with me, where it's like, you go, come on, Ahmed, we're late. Yallah. I'm like, all right, come on. Like, and we did like a bunch of fucking punchlines. But it was just, to me, it was funny and it was original. It's not like your typical like Arab guy where it's like an Arab guy pretending to be his dad.
Yes.
I was like, it wouldn't be funny if this white guy is pretending to be my dad.
Yes.
Because he's so used to living in the Arab. And I felt like that just bled through.
Yeah.
And he's super funny, super easy to work with. And he left me because he hates me to go buy a fucking house and be a fucking adult asshole.
Do the whole adult thing.
You don't want to be a child with me in LA?
Start breathing.
Big city.
Yeah. With me? Oh, you want to invest in real estate? Boring. I want to waste my money in a shitty apartment.
In LA.
In LA.
Yeah. But I mean, LA is amazing. It's the place to be if you want to build a career.
Right. And I'm still in that building stage.
Yeah.
Mashallah, he's at that, like, I mean, when we met, he was already established. And me, like, my TikTok was just like, or at least my social media career was just establishing with him. And now, I mean, I was able to establish on my own brand of like, you know, just as a stand-up, and I do my own sketches. Like my last sketch. So I wrote a series called Fasting America, and you know, and it was just like something that I just like what Muslims struggle with, explaining Ramadan to everybody, and everyone. It was just like when you're posting content, it needs to be relatable, funny, and true. It's like that perfect trifecta, and you want.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you want that you want to hit all those points. For me, it's like I try to be as funny as possible, but like I try to make it, you know, like when I get back, I'm gonna film the sketch about Arab identities, but also I'm gonna make a sketch about, you know, shitting, like about poop.
Yeah, in America,
or just like, but it's like it's like for the algorithm, it's like 2 for the algorithm, 1 for you. It's like sometimes like I'll do like Arab identity or Muslim stuff. It's like I know I like it and I'm good at it, and I know the algorithm would like it, but also there's something that just me as a person, I like I'm doing a joke about like I eat shit food and how because I eat shit food my poops are horrible. So I'm like writing a sketch about that.
Yeah,
I haven't had the chance, but like I'm posting that and I'm posting more stand-up. So I'm just like trying to now that Ryan's gone, I'm like just trying to establish myself more as
like detaching yourself away from that
it's not really, I wouldn't say really detaching, because we like, again, you know, we linked up back here. I haven't seen since he moved to St. Louis. We linked back here.
Okay.
We immediately started we did a couple of videos together. They're doing great. You know what I mean? And people are excited because it's like, oh, I'm just happy you guys are together because people like us together.
Yes.
But then he's gonna go back to St. Louis. I'll be back in LA, and you know, then there's a longer period.
Yeah,
you know, we had like
away from each other.
Right. Yeah. This was like let's just say the people got lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Giving them what they want.
Yeah, we gave them what they want like 3 weeks after, you know, he officially moved out. But
so it's only been 3 weeks. Okay.
But I'm probably not gonna see him until like Christmas.
Yeah.
Because I told him it was him and Christmas.
Yeah.
But
so you're gonna go to St. Louis.
Yeah, I celebrated Christmas with them. It was so much fucking fun.
With all the whole family.
Dude, they bought me a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that stand-up video? Yeah. Dude, they bought me a fucking Nintendo Switch.
Wow, that's so generous.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna try to go for all
step your game up to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
here's the PS5.
Right. And no, I have a lot of plans future, and
so
alhamdulillah for everything.
What's
honestly.
next? So you have your TikTok reels, you have Instagram.
Yeah.
Reels.
I have one question, and I usually ask it to all the comedians who ever come on this podcast, which is, how is your joke writing process, and what is an advice you can give to people?
Oh, plenty. So yeah. Now we're talking. Joke writing.
This is what I came for. If anyone wants to watch this.
Fuck these financial advice. Let's talk about the
Cut
joke.
that out.
10-20%. Who cares about
Gary
that?
Vaynerchuk.
Get your fucking money problems looking ass. All right, I'm gonna rack up credit card, get my Bugatti, get a nice Russian escort,
and leave my car
and leave the car, the Russian escort in the car, and go back to my wife and kids in my home country. Anyways, yeah, I write 3 jokes. So every Tuesday and Saturday, I write 3 jokes to them. I send it to these 2 guys, Sean and Shane. I used to do improv comedy with them. This is, you know, oh my God, almost 8 years now, 8-9 years ago. But we still keep in touch, and they're funny, and they're not stand-ups, but they're very funny. Right. And they do sketch comedy as well.
Okay. Oh, nice, yeah.
So I just send them 3 jokes, and I've just been doing it since 2020. Mm-hmm. So every Tuesday and Saturday, I send them 3 jokes. Sometimes it's the shittiest jokes you've ever heard. Sometimes it's a really good joke, and I'm like there's something there.
Or full
joke? I'm a one-liner comic, but sometimes I'll a one-liner comic, or like not one-liners, but I'll write one-liners or like a premise or an idea, a funny idea, and like how many jokes can I make? So right now, like my new joke that I've been testing out, but I have this. Do you guys follow the Instagram page, Kids Getting Hurt?
No.
Oh, it's great. Okay.
I need to follow.
Guys, people who are listening, go on Instagram, follow Ahmed Loves Bread, and then follow follow Kids Getting Hurt. It's the funniest shit because it's like it's kids getting hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
And you'll see like because it makes me happy. It brings me so much joy because I obviously I'm joking, but I go fuck them kids. I don't like kids. I go I hate kids so much. I'm pro-choice and pro-gun. So that was like the first joke I wrote about it, and then I go, you'll see a kid like swinging on a swing set, and another kid is just like do 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 do, and you know exactly what's about. It's about to get smacked.
Yes.
I'm smiling from ear to ear like this. Get him. Got
Come on, gravity, do your thing.
right. And I'm like, I feel like every kid who got hurt in that video had it coming. No one loves kids getting hurt more than my mom. My mom, like one time I was having dinner with my mom or lunch actually, and then the table next to us, it was like this, this kid, he kept lifting his booster seat like
Yes.
booster, and then the mom just like, Lester, stop, Lester, Lester. This obviously, lo and behold, Lester was not listening to his mom. He slips and he falls. He hit his head. And then my mom jumps first. Like, everyone jumps. Like, oh, hit his head. But then he was fine. You know what I mean? Like, they hit his head, but he's fine. No bleeding, no nothing. He just hurt. And he's just crying from the shock. And then my mom just goes, "Istahil." Meaning, you deserved it.
Yes.
He deserved it.
Under her breath?
Like to me, my mom.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. My mom.
No one else would understand it.
Yeah, my mom is the funniest person if you're sitting next to her. She goes, "Istahil." Like, as in, like, she was just like, she just goes like, he fucking deserved it.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh so hard. I was like, because in my head, I was like, yeah, dude.
Yes.
And I go, listen, these kids had it coming. Do you know why? Because I was a shitty kid.
Yeah, okay.
When I got hurt, dude, I got shot in the face with a BB gun. Why? Because we were fucking with BB guns. Like, it.
Ouch.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait,
Kids do
wonder
the
what
dumbest
these
things,
stupid
right?
We do that
Arab
to
kids.
ourselves, right?
Yeah.
We do that
Kids do
to
the
ourselves, and
dumbest
then
things.
and that was our comedy as a kid. When we see someone else getting like slipping or falling down something.
But it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, go on kids getting hurt now,
Yeah.
and you even see the caption. Like, you even see like they're crying, but the caption goes, "The mom said it's fine." Like the mom said they're fine and no injury. Like, whatever, shit like
no
that.
kids got hurt.
Yeah.
getting hurt.
Like, but it's just. But again, your jokes. But it just came up, and then I started writing those, and then I sent them those jokes in last Tuesday. So I've just been working those.
But when you write word for word, or you write
The idea.
the idea and then you just develop
Whatever,
on
it
stage?
depends. Sometimes I'll go with one-liners.
Okay.
Sometimes, like one time I wrote a one-liner. I go, hold on, let me just pull it up right now.
Yes, we're getting exclusive content.
Again, it's either a really good joke that I now use in my set, or it's like, but they're just jokes. You're just writing.
Yeah.
You're getting into the habit of writing. Also, before I get to that, the joke notes that I have, the piece of advice I was gonna say: write 5 things you love, 5 things you hate, 5 things unique about you. That's the best way to produce material. It doesn't have to be funny. It just has to be interesting. Something for the audience to go like this. Oh. Right. Now let me tell you these stupid ass jokes I wrote. Okay, this was like January 3rd starting. Like, an angry redhead called that a ginger snap. So stupid. Yeah, my Prius runs on estrogen, 98 horsepower and 2 donkeys. Let me throw it in neutral and hear it roar. Let's see. This one was in February 14th.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, but it was a Tuesday. I want to open up a cat cafe and call it Kitty Corner. But now that I think about it, it sounds like a prostitution ring. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are just like weird,
Just your
weird thoughts you
ideas.
have when you're in the shower, when driving or something.
Yeah.
Write this down.
You
Just
know,
do
when I was
something
little,
there.
I got bitten by a brown recluse spider. When I when I was young, I got bitten by a brown recluse spider, which is now my superhero name. Like, but it's like, it's not fine. Like, if I said it on stage, everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. But as you said, I think what's important is that it got you to a habit of
It just gets me, or sometimes I'll write like a paragraph of like literally what something just happened.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, something funny that occurred, and you just start writing it down so that you can get back
Exactly.
to it.
No, I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah.
Right. Like recently I go, my friend Laura bought me flowers, and she said men need to be purchased flowers and let them know that they're loved. And on one hand, I'm happy I got flowers, but now I just have fucking flowers in my hand. Have you ever had just flowers? Like, what do I do with these flowers? And I felt
As a guy, what do you do?
and I don't know what to do with it, and I can't trash it because that's rude. And I felt so loved and manly. I had to punch a wall to feel manly again. I punched the wall hole.
is gold, by the way.
Really? I
This is
punched the
gold.
wall. Like, I punched it so hard the hole was deep enough for me to put the flowers in there.
This is my whole vase.
Yeah, and I wrote this joke last week.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
again,
like
it gets
just
you to a habit of writing.
So even though like I have this hour that it's right now doing well, so inshallah, like if I were to, like I want to burn my, honestly, I want to just like get ready to burn it, but I want to perfect it.
Yes.
And then boom, just like start.
Have you been doing your hour already?
Yeah. When I'm headlining, I do an hour. Yeah. And
it's the first time you're doing an hour, or this is?
I've been doing an hour. I've been doing it since May of 2022. I've been just doing consecutive, like doing headlining sets and doing hours and stuff. And I'm like getting, I just jump into it
now.
Yeah, it's been almost a year where I'm like, oh shit, I'm like getting better. Like now I could like do a legit hour. Like holy shit.
Yeah. And I have to say, your how do you say it? Your crowd work? Gosh, wow.
Thank you.
That's really good.
Yeah, she was like, this guy's. We were sitting in the cafeteria actually before meeting you, and she's like, this guy's crowd work is actually pretty good.
Because that's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's not rehearsed. It's not something you would know before.
I'm very
show.
crowd interact. Yeah, crowd.
Yeah.
I'm not like full, like, you know, like Michael Blaustein or Matt Rife, like where it's like, what do you do? Like, because I feel like they themselves have like an interesting audience that they bring, but also it's like I'm about to post like I mean I've been so lazy because I've been playing Legend of Zelda because it just came
it just came out, right?
Yeah, I know. I should be editing, but I haven't, but I will when I get back home. But I have like a lot of like crowd work clips that I'm about to drop. Just me like fucking around with the crowd.
Yeah,
just having a good time.
Because that's also good to post because you're not burning your material.
Exactly. Yeah, but I also love joke writing, and I like, I mean, I should see, like, if anything, I want more stage time.
Yeah.
And
more than the 15 to.
Yeah, but I want to do more spots so I could like test these like one-liners out. And I honestly, a part of me just feels like I should be more diligent with like working more material. But I'm in Dubai. I'm doing this festival.
Yeah.
And I'm still, alhamdulillah, I'm still working out new material, like the kids getting hurt bit. Like I'm working on that.
Yeah.
But also like trying to make it to, I have so many, I write a lot of jokes and I want to like just test them all.
So good.
Okay. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر. No, I'm just kidding. Is that how you wrap up a podcast?
Yeah.
Like a khutbah.
Did you want to say there's what do you advise?
Yeah, like
Which
maybe we can end with an advice or like what.
Yeah, the 5 things you. Okay, we'll do another one. I'm full of. My podcast is about advices. So, okay. This is my favorite one that I share at podcast. You can be the sweetest peach in the world, but not everybody likes peaches.
I know that.
It's a Southern saying.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, because
I think it's a Southern saying. I heard it in the South, so that's why.
Try to please everyone, but again, you can't please everyone.
Exactly. You could be the best authentic version of yourself. I'm trying my best to be the best version. At first, I was like insecure of like, man, like people make fun of me because I have like this white voice and you know my English. I have, you know what I mean, But now I'm like, no. This is my superpower.
Yeah.
It's like, this makes me stand out even more. The fact that like...
This is why you are you.
Yeah. The fact that I don't have that, bro, what's going on, man? I grew up in America, I grew up in Texas, wallah, and my dad's mechanic. No, I've always had this voice. I've always had this like Texas Southern accent, whatever.
Yeah.
And flamboyant.
Yeah.
So
I think the loudness also comes in, right? Because like Arabs are loud in general.
Yeah, we're so fucking loud, dude.
We are. We make our presence.
I have two. Like right now, I have two. Like these Moroccan people next to me. Dude, they're so. Well, right now, when I was leaving to come down, these couple, their doors are wide open. They're like arguing, yelling at each other.
Oh no!
And they're like, they're speaking French too. They're like,
and you just want to peek in.
Right?
What's going on?
Yeah, I was like, hey there, what's going on? Hey guys,
I can help you with
some sweet tea.
I have some honey cake that I got from honey cake. I'm a little fluffy right now, so I just want to give it to you guys.
This results
sweeten things up.
I think you guys need it. Good work.
Yeah, I think.
Man, thank you.
Yeah, no, this was fun.
Thank you for your time. Seriously.
No, you guys are a lot of fun. I appreciate this podcast. I feel like I should have asked questions more about you guys.
No, we have to ask about you. Maybe next time when we're in LA.
We're in LA in October.
Okay.
So
October. Okay, if I'm in town, y'all got to do my podcast.
Yeah.
And I get to learn all about
you get to ask your questions.
The love life.
Yeah.
And we want your tour as well and your bicycle.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Oh, 100%. I'll get y'all in for free. Guys, if y'all are listening, Follow me on Instagram, Ahmed Loves Bread, AHMAD Loves Bread. That's all my platforms everywhere, YouTube, whatever. If
Awesome.
do you guys have any American listeners?
Actually, we do. Yeah.
Third most is America.
American.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you live in America, I'll be in, and I'll do Europe too. Okay.
Yes.
Tacoma, Washington, June 15th. June 21st, Irvine, California. I will be in New York, July 2nd. July 6th, I'm in Philly. Let me think. Austin, July 13th, and then Dallas, July 21st, 22nd. Copenhagen, either the 13th or 14th of August. We're still nailing that down. And then for sure, we got it locked down. August 20th, we're doing Amsterdam. And we're doing London in August soon. We're working on London as well.
I'm so jealous because every comedy podcast that I watch, they always end with this, my next tour dates and stuff.
Yes.
You'll be there. Just
this is like,
but
Keep
right
going.
but again, like another advice. My dad used to say this: focus on ABC before XYZ. Remember, I used to be that way where I'm like, I wish I could do tour day. I swear to God, I was in your position. But just focus on having enough material. Like I'm talking about strong material. Like and let's be real. Like, do you right now have a good 20 minutes of just pure crush material?
15, I would say, not 20.
But 20. I'm saying I want 20.
No.
You know what I mean?
Next time you see
Because that's because usually feature spots are 20, sometimes 30, depending how much. So that's what I'm saying. You got to ask you, and you got to be real with yourself.
You have to be ready for that when it's handed over to you. Yeah.
So you'll get there.
Yeah.
Again, you'll get there, get on stage, all that. Also, and I always ask to the people listening to this, if you haven't heard of me, if this is your first time hearing about me, DM me on Instagram of what your impression of me is. I always ask this because I want to know, and I do read like my DMs sometimes.
Yeah, you said you read your comments as well.
Yeah. And I want to know like, hey, I haven't heard of you, and then I heard you on Have a Nice Day podcast, and I think yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Whether good or just say I think you're a pretentious douchebag. I'm like, oh God.
Plus, audience that are outside of outside of America too, so that you can also know what they think of you.
Yeah, especially where his goal is to be like doing this.
I want to be the Yemeni Kevin Hart. So yes, I want to be liked. So
well, Kevin Hart was the ambassador of Yes Island, so in Abu Dhabi, before Jason Momoa. So Kevin Hart was also.
But you have to fight abs first because I know he wants that spot.
He can have it.
Look at this guy.
You can be an ambassador of Dubai instead of Abu Dhabi. He'll be anything.
I just want to be a resident.
Golden visa for you.
Yeah, just give me a nice visa.
Yeah.
You
don't need it. You're American. Come here anytime.
I'll just come here. Yeah, I have my American.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay. Yeah. But you guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for having me.
Thank you for your time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
And have a nice day. See you.